Hello, everyone. All five of you. How's it going?
The economy in Manchester is booming, and protecting the tax cap means we can continue that success. Protecting the tax cap is...
Okay. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the grand unboxing. First time ever, Operation Toy Box. So I am going to move to the other camera in just a bit, and then we're gonna start with our first box, and then at some point we're going to have our giveaway. And yeah, so we'll figure out how to do that. One thing I want to do is I want to get you guys involved in actually choosing which box to open. So I've picked the first one to start with, and then we're going to put it up to the chat. I'm gonna have a little straw poll, and then we're going to pick that way. The options are World War II Germans, World War I, anything, and there's a mystery pile. Mystery pile is a mix of all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go with that after this very first one, and then I'll create a poll for the second one for the next box that we're gonna have. So again, welcome everyone, and thanks for showing up. Really appreciate you joining me. And just making this poll, and then we're gonna get going. So how's everyone's evening tonight? Here we go. I'm going to... Hi, Journey to Pregnancy. Nice to meet you. Okay, so you guys ready for the first box? What do you think? Is it time? Is it time to get started? All right, let's go. I'm going to turn this camera off up in the upper left corner here to maximize screen space. So let's get going. Let me turn that off right now. And then hopefully you guys can still hear me, and then I'll walk over to my opening station. Hello. Here we go. Fancy setup over here. So you guys will see on the screen, maybe you will, maybe you won't, but I got some blue markers here. So this tells me where the screen ends, so that way I know how far I can go. All right, so first box. Just like in my offline unboxings, we're just gonna open it up. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. We're gonna maybe discuss a little bit of history. And this is not a set number here. I don't know what that is. So, but I peeled my own sticker off there. So let's make sure there's no, okay. Sometimes there's like notes in there and stuff, so gotta make sure. Oh, there's one here. This guy here always sends these like thank you letters. And actually, I don't think there's anything sensitive on here. Yeah, it just says, hello, Vladimir. My name's Vladimir. And yeah, he is thanking me for making the purchase on eBay. All right, let's see what we have in here. It's one of the bigger boxes, so that's nice. So hopefully a couple of models in there. Let me know what your favorite era is for models. I personally like World War II, Germans, World War II Americans, British. So our first is WS117, which is on the rare side. It's a retired and sold out set. And you can get this on eBay. Here we go. Get this on eBay most likely, or some other second stores, but the most reliable place where I found these is eBay. I mean, and then there are some international vendors or international shops that do sell this. And if I remember correctly, this was in pretty decent shape. So here we go. Here's our German NCO. So this would maybe be like an Obergefreiter or something like that. It has the MP40. Has all the typical German kit, which is typical for that era. And so this is the Großdeutschland division. So this is an SS division, if I remember correctly. Here we go. The other guy is a grenadier. He's waiting. He's pulling the plug on his little stick grenade there. And he's got his K98 rifle in the back. Really good condition. These guys are in really good shape. I think this guy has a mustache. Yeah, he has a mustache. That's pretty awesome. World War I and World War II. I'm sorry, I can't read your name. It looks like it's a Russian name, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. I wish there was like an auto translate on the names, but yeah, so cool. So this is so you said World War I and World War II. Any army in particular? Do you like Americans, Germans, Russians? Russians are really hard to get, by the way. Super hard to get Russians on eBay. I believe that line ran very early on, so most of those sets are retired now, and nobody's making those. I mean, most of them are sold out, so you can't really get them very easily. So if you can get them, you get them usually on eBay or some kind of an other, like a private sale maybe. So that's the best way to get them. So cool. So here we go. We have our first set, a nice German set. Let's head back over there. I'm going to share the straw poll, and you guys can pick the next box. All right, let's do this. Turn this camera back on. And let me get this link. All right, I'm going to put this in the chat, and you guys go vote on it. And then we'll see what we're dealing with. So how's everyone doing tonight? Let me get my apple juice. Germans. The man wants to see Germans. Okay. Oh, you're watching from Estonia. I'm sorry. I called you Russian. I don't know if that's an insult or not. I'm sorry. I'm not too familiar with the area there. But that's cool. So you're like northeast-ish of, like, in that area, sort of like of the mainland. Cool. All right. Let's see if there's any votes in. We have World War II so far. World War II is in the lead. World War II. Okay. What I didn't put on here, and I probably should put it on the should put, oh, mystery box. Somebody selected mystery box. So we're 50-50 on the mystery box right now. Mystery box and World War II. Although the mystery box could have World War II pieces. All right, we'll wait just a couple, maybe another minute or so. And, oh, I have to, okay. We have 30 seconds until ads kick in. So I'm going to get the mystery box ready, and then we'll just take a quick commercial break, and then we'll and then we'll continue. All right, I'm gonna get this box ready. Oh, Andy. Okay. We got a mystery guy. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Okay. I can delay them again. I can delay them for another 10 minutes. I'm not really sure how this works. This is my first stream, so just hang in there. I'm just learning how to do this. So, all right. So I'm gonna take. It looks like it's an even vote, so we'll take something from the mystery box and see how it goes. Hopefully, it's a World War II piece. Okay, mystery box. Got the next candidate. All right. Here we go. So I already wrote down what is in here. So it's a mystery to you guys. It's not a mystery to me. But I put in a good mix of stuff in there. So, all right, here we go. It's a smaller piece. It feels very heavy, oddly enough. All right, let's see what's in here. So this is BBA 048. So this is Battle of the Bulge Americans. BBA 48. There we go. Ooh. So I actually have one of these already. So this is looks like a GI that's in a prone position. He has this Garand, and he's wearing the great coat, the winter coat. Sweet. This is a pretty awesome model. I like a lot of the Battle of the Bulge American sets because they were the paratroopers, right? So paratroopers that got stuck, that were involved in the Ardennes offensive when the Germans attacked. They were all trapped in the woods, and so this was BBA 048, and they were basically defending against the Battle of the Bulge when the Germans attacked. So I'm just gonna grab another box, and then we'll just keep this rolling. Just put it in chat. What do you guys want to see next? You want to see World War I or World War II or another mystery box item? There's also some Del Prado pieces mixed in here, so I think most of them are probably in the mystery box. I'm not sure how many people here like Del Prado, but so let's see. What do you guys want to see next? World War I, World War II, and then I also have potentially some vehicles that we can open up too. So what do you guys think? World War I. We got one vote for World War I. Okay. All right, let's switch it up and do World War I. Here we go. Nice. Okay. I think this is a good one. This is a good one because I think it's got more than one model in here, so it's going to be a nice one. I don't have a lot of World War I pieces, and I recently got a bunch because I found some really sweet deals on eBay. So I was able to get a whole bunch of them at really. Let me just make sure here. Okay. Make sure those pesky ads don't get in the way. All right, let's pop this bad boy open. Here we go. Okay, 2 boxes that I can see. I gotta figure out a place for my trash here. It's starting to pile up. All right, let's see. So these are FW192Q, so Queensland, so that means Australians. And then we have FW193 NSW, so that's New South Wales, I believe. So if there's any Australians in the chat, please correct me. In World War I, there were three major geographic locations from which they drew military units. So there's like New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland, and then there was the New Zealand troops as well, which were you know, on the New Zealand landmass. All right, let's pop this first one open. So this is F192Q. I hope I got this right. I didn't open these, but the way that I know is I track the shipping, so that way I know. Here we go. That way I knew what's actually in there, but I may have made a mistake. So cool. Here we go. World War I soldier. So I don't know a whole lot. I know that this is a Lee Enfield rifle with the bayonet on. And this is, I believe, called the Brody helmet. It's got the canvas on it. And obviously a mess kit or canteen in the back here. A canteen here, mess kit probably on the back of this backpack here. I'm not sure what this big bag is. I see that on every model. Maybe a gas mask, because they did have gas masks back in the day. Cool, so this is our infantryman. This is the Queensland, right? Or is this? Yes, so Q is, I believe, Queensland. Cool. So that's our first guy. And then our next guy. I really love the World War I models. I think they're super high quality. And the Australians are from a later production line, so they're really, really well sculpted. Okay, this is going to be our FW193A, New South Wales, I believe it is. Okay. Here we go. And this guy, what's this guy up to here? Ah, this guy is charging. It really looks like these are in excellent condition. I am pleasantly surprised because you just never know. You just hope they're not like me and, you know, playing war with them in their backyard. So I try to get the best condition soldiers that I can get. All right, let's get that out of the way here. So here's our charging. See, now this is where it gets confusing. I don't think that this patch was correct. So it said Queensland, but I think so. Either this is the New South Wales patch, or it's both of them are Queensland, or both of them are New South Wales. So I remember looking at these patches. I just don't remember off the top of my head right now which one is which. But here we are, two Australians. This guy's charging. This guy is standing at the ready, probably waiting to go over the top, waiting for the whistle. Yeah, really awesome models in great condition. So this is an excellent addition to my World War I collection. They're going to go on the World War I shelf. So this is what we have so far. Let's bring these other guys on the camera here, so we can kind of see what we've unboxed so far. Let's bring them in a little closer. So we have our two Australians here. We have our Battle of the Bulge American. We have our two Germans from the SS Gross Deutschland Division. All right, so on to the next box. Let's see here. Oh, looks like we have a request for a mystery box. All right. I think I can, let me see here. Okay. I think I can just kind of, the ads are trying to go through for in another minute and a half, but I'm going to see if I can just stop that from happening. Let's see, what can I? Yeah, I think I'm just going to stop that, but I'll pick a mystery box right now so we can get the next one out. Yeah, so feel free to use that link, and then we'll just keep voting on the same one, and I'll just kind of keep track of. So this is the link for the straw poll, and then we can choose between the mystery box, World War I models, World War II models, and then for the next World War II model, I'm going to pick a different country. So so if you guys pick World War II, we're going to go with a different country this time around. All right, so let's, unless there's any objections, I'm going to get something from the mystery box again. Since we just did World War I, We could do World War II or the mystery box. So whatever you guys want to do, you're in charge. Okay. Mystery box. Okay. All right. Let's go with the mystery box. Okay. Got a mystery box. All right, let's set this here. And let me pause. I just delayed the ad, so hopefully nobody got ads there. Okay. Here we go. So this is... I'm going to just peel this shipping label off because I don't want to spoil the surprise of what this is. Here we go. This might be a different type of soldier. Let's pop this open. Ooh, it's heavy. Very heavy. Almost like there's oh, look at this. Toilet paper. If this was 2020, I'd be in heaven right now. Look at all this, oh my goodness. 3-ply. Fancy. Excellent. I wrap my toy soldiers only in 3-ply paper. Nothing but the best. Personally. Okay, all right. This is like I gotta... Somebody really had fun with this. I mean, honestly, what is this? Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. It is a Del Prado soldier. A cavalry. This is actually my very first cavalry piece that I got from Del Prado. And this, I believe, is... let me fix this rifle. This is Napoleon's Guard, I believe. Yeah, Napoleon's Imperial Guard chasseurs. So these were like light infantry. And the way that they did... It's very dusty. This must have been on display. The way that light infantry operate, or kind of like dragoons, basically, these guys would, you know, ride into battle, and then they would shoot from horseback. I don't know if they dismounted like actual dragoons. Dragoons would ride into battle. They were basically light infantry. Then they would dismount, get into position, fire, then get back on the horse and run, or reinforce sort of weaker parts of the army during a battle. Cool. All right, a whole bunch of toilet paper, so I don't have to go to the grocery store. And we have our first Del Prado piece in the mix. It's very dusty, so I'm going to have to get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum this thing out, but this is very cool. He does not come off of this, and I don't know if he used to and they glued it down, or it's just the way that it is. It looks like the saber, or what is this? Yeah, the saber. Yeah, this looks like the saber. It's kind of wrapped around the belly of the horse. It's probably going to have to untangle that later. Okay. All right, let's go back to the pole. All right, everyone having a good time so far? Everyone like the soldiers coming out of this? Triple quilted. It is very luxurious. Luxurious soldier wrappings. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any additional votes on the straw poll. I'm just going to link this again, but I think I will just pick one. I will just pick the next box right now. So, but you guys feel free to vote. And if I see any one of these categories starting to win over, then I'll lean in that direction. Otherwise, I'm going to surprise you guys with the next one. All right. Cool. Okay, so we got to vote for mystery box again. People love their mystery box. Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. This was technically part of the mystery box pile, but I did not put it in that pile yet. So let's pop this guy open because I'm actually very curious about this one. All right, let's see. Make sure that this fits on the screen just fine. People are saying they can't vote. People are saying they can't vote on the on that particular link. So I'm going to open this guy up, and then I'm going to get a new link for the. I totally didn't even think about that. You can only vote once. You know, it's more secure than our own election system in this country, I would think. All right, let's see what's in here. Steam comes out. High-tech sounds emanating from within. Okay, look at this. There's another box in here. You know, one thing that's a real treat when you collect and you buy stuff on eBay, you get some of the best wrapping jobs out there. You really do. You never know what you're gonna get with this stuff. The first couple of soldiers that I got on eBay actually were boxed inside a Franzia wine container. Somebody took one of those $5 like CVS bottles, container like wine containers, and cut it into pieces and made a box out of it. I got 4 almost right in a row that were like that. Okay, so this is a tank. Look at this. With an antenna. Wow. And it's still there. So this already I can tell this is a Sherman tank. All right. So I already have one, but I don't have one with an antenna like this. This is a treat. Let's get the turret out. I got these, most of my vehicles, actually all of my vehicles, I source at auctions. And that's the cheapest way to get tanks, King & Country tanks, is by doing auctions. Because a lot of people skip the auctions. They just want to do the buy it now sale. So they don't, looks like I'm missing a figure here. Oh, I have a, let's see here. I have another machine gun that's part of this. We'll take a closer look at this tank in just a second. And I believe this one goes here. So here we go. I'm not sure if this is an Easy 8 Sherman, like a Sherman E8, which came out in August of 1944 is when they were introduced in Normandy. And at this piece, it looks like, so I got this at auction. I got this for a very, very cheap price. I got it for like 120 bucks. Usually these things run anywhere from like $300 to $500, depending on the condition and rarity. But yeah, this I think is a Sherman Easy 8. It's got the big cannon, the 76 millimeter cannon. Yeah, so here we go. Here's our tank, our first vehicle. Awesome. Set that aside. Put this box aside. And let's see if I have to suppress ads. Okay, we have 2 more minutes before I have to suppress ads. Okie dokie. Let me just very quickly make another poll. And then we can, so we'll do, again, World War I Germans. Another option will be, World War II Germans. Another option that we have also is World War II Americans. Yeah, we have that. And then I'll leave World War I mystery, because there's Germans and Brits and Australians in the mix. And I believe a couple of rare German pieces as well. Actually, most of the World War I line is retired now, except for the Australians. A lot of the Australians are still running, but you can't. It's like impossible to get. French, almost impossible. Turks are really hard to get. Okay, so we have World War I mystery, and then just straight up mystery box. Mystery box. Here we go. Create this poll. Oh, next box. Creating it. All right, I have the link here. All right, I'm putting the link. This is a new link for the next straw poll. So we're gonna look at the results and see what people are voting. So we got 4 options now. We have World War II Americans, World War II Germans, World War I mystery, because they're all a mystery. Okay, somebody wants Germans. So far, Germans are winning out. If you want to see something other than Germans, now's your time to vote. Germans, okay. It looks like Germans are winning out. So let's do Germans. Let's get the next box. Okay. Here we go. So, you probably see these letters and you know what's what here. Did I miss the ads? Kicked myself out. All right, sorry about that. Here we go. So we have some Africa Corps here. The German Africa Corps. Afrika Korps. German Africa Corps, led by Erwin Rommel in World War II. Okay, again, an eclectic mixture of packing materials. This is a true treat. We have some, what appears to be happy birthday tissue, a random Amazon bag, and a singular bubble. So, very, very interesting collection of materials. I didn't think it's that hard to find consistent packing materials, but here we are. Okay, AK-17. So this is a very early run, super early run. Sorry, I'm trying to get back into my little tablet here. It keeps kicking me out. This is how I keep track of the chat. I have just another tablet set up so I can read the chat. Okay. Triple quilted. Okay. Oh, somebody says Del Prado sucks. Okay, somebody doesn't like Del Prado. Noted. Noted. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the. Oh yeah, I was super excited about this because this is actually the first set that I've ever gotten that has like little diorama pieces to it. So this is cool. This is a real treat. All right, here we go. Here we have a some kind of an officer here or a policeman. So you can tell by this little necklace thing here. This is military police. So the gendarmerie. It's called. Oh, I gotta move the. Let's see. Make sure I'm not cool. All right. Yeah, I gotta make sure to keep the figures here. Otherwise, you guys can't see it very well. All right. So this guy is just saying stop, halt. This guy is probably reading a dictionary how to say halt in Moroccan or Tunisian or wherever he is. Cool. He's got his MP40. He's also from the police. All right. So that's the two guys. And this guy looks to be an Italian soldier. I'm not sure what this rifle is called, but this is the Italian infantry rifle that they used in Africa. And he's got his little purse right here, his little man purse. So, but yeah, this looks like he's a policeman of some kind. So an Italian policeman. So the Italians fought with the Germans in World War II in Africa and on Italian soil as well when the Afrika Korps basically capitulated in Africa and surrendered Africa. Cool. There we go. Halt. And this moves. This is really cool. This is in excellent shape. There's not a scratch on these things. This is amazing. And here's the other little pillar that stops the little bar from going to the ground. Awesome. So you set that up. And this guy's going, halt. This guy's, hey, Sarge, I don't think this is in the book. I don't think this guy's in here. This guy's just guarding right there. Cool. All right. I was really excited to open this one, so I'm glad we picked this one. Awesome. So obviously you guys like King and Country. Do you like any other toy lines? There's First Legion, there's Britain, there is, who else does? Thomas Gunn. Thomas Gunn is big in the space. All right, let's go to, so it looks like the other vote for this was for, the other vote was for World War I mystery. So I think it's probably time to get to the mystery box again. Let me see what's, here we go. All right, so let me grab a box from, it's called a Carcano rifle, or Sarcano. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Sarcano, maybe? That would sound correct. Yeah. All right. World War I. Let's open World War I. Here we go. Let's go with this one. Here we go. Let me just check the timer on ads. I want to make sure the ads don't interrupt us here. Okay, we have 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And then I just got to hit the pause button. Okay. What's in here? So this is World War I. World War I mystery. Let's see what we have. Please, more toilet paper. No, not this time. Okay, all right. So not box not included on this one. It's sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. If you want to get a good deal, a lot of times those deals they just don't have the box, right? And it's kind of unfortunate. Okay, it's a German. World War I German. These are very, very hard. Well, not super hard to get, but they're on the rarer side. They're retired and sold out from most shops. The only place you can get them is like eBay. If you can get them private sale, that's probably your other bet. And here we go. So he's reloading his Mauser. So this is the 13th Bavarian Infantry Regiment, I believe. So Bavarian, so southern Germany, the Bavarian Regiment. And so these were the, those helmets, what were they called? Something Haube. I forgot that, but basically there's a piece of canvas that's strapped over this helmet here. And they used to put the regimental the regimental number on the helmet and on parts of their uniform, the collar and stuff. I just recently watched All Quiet on the Western Front on Netflix again, and that's a gruesome movie, but I highly recommend it. It's a really nice piece of cinema. Cool. So this guy's just reloading his Mauser and getting ready to fire off a few rounds in really good shape. So this is really cool. That's awesome. All right. So cool. So we have our second World War I unbox, and let's put it in chat. What do you guys want to see next? Let's keep this going. What do we want to see next, guys? We have the options are World War I mystery, World War II Germans, World War II Americans. I feel like we haven't had Americans, right? So I think maybe we do Americans. Yeah, let's do Americans. We haven't done American for a while. Okay. All right, let's get a American. I'll have to go to my specialty pile here. Let me get this label off. I don't want to spoil the mystery, but I'm going to take the shipping label off. World War II Americans, I hope. I hope I didn't misread the, let me, okay, I'm delaying ads. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I delayed the ads just in time. Okay, all right, cool. Now we got 10 minutes now. We got 10 minutes. We're good. We're good. I think at some point it's not gonna let me interrupt it, so just brace yourself for that one. All right, here we go. What's in here? The mysteries abound. No toilet paper. Oh, but a note. Again, no mystery. My name's Vladimir. And some newspaper, you know. Sometimes you just wonder. One of the boxes that I got one time had a newspaper, like crushed up newspaper from 2011. So either that's a gag or this person really actually has newspaper from 2011, which is very interesting. But you know, I've seen worse things. Okay, so this is DD148. Let me see if I'm pointing that the right way here. Okay, I think that's a good distance. Let's see what's in here. 2 guys. Here we go. And these are, okay, infantrymen, 1st Infantry Division. This is a duet. They're both in a prone position. This guy's reloading his Garand. He's popping another cartridge in there. And he's getting ready to attack or keep firing or whatever the situation may be. He's wearing glasses. Very cool. The 1st Infantry Division does not discriminate. All right. Here we go. And this guy's shooting. He's ready. He's reloaded. So I have a decent number of 1st Infantry Division models, and this is these are gonna make a nice addition to that. I really love that. So these guys are running in like the mid to late range. So 148 implies sort of like mid-range-ish, and I don't know if the year. So this is 2011. So I mean, they're fairly new. The models really started to improve around that time. As far as accuracy and sculpt level and color, sort of the paint job on these started to really improve around that time. A lot of them started to get really good. So awesome! All right, so here we go. 1st Infantry Division, World War II Americans. 2 of them in the prone position, getting ready to fire. 1 guy's reloading. Let's close this off. And let's go back to the planning board and figure out what we're gonna unbox next. Oh, so we're gonna do a giveaway pretty soon. So I was just kind of waiting for a couple more people to pop on, but yeah, so the first giveaway is gonna be none of the stuff that I've unboxed. I've already set aside the stuff that's gonna be given away, and once you're selected, you are going to be given a choice of 2 options, and then at that point, you choose what you want, and it's yours. So you have to be 18 years or older to participate in this. I'm sorry. This is YouTube's rule. It's not my rule. And then basically you have 48 hours to respond to me, and I'll have an email added to the description of this video so that you can email me directly. And you can actually find it on my channel, my email on my channel, operation.toybox1@gmail.com. You can email me, and then I will, so you don't have to publicly expose your email here. You can just email me directly. I will ship the item to you if you win. All right, cool. So now that that's out of the way, let's see what we want to do next. So we have German. So I think I'll pick one now, because I'm thinking this is kind of taking a long time with the straw poll, so I don't want to continue to interrupt kind of the flow of what we're doing. So I think we'll do another unbox, and then we'll take a quick break, because I got to let these ads run, and then we will go from there. And then we'll probably select a winner at that point. We'll go ahead and select a winner, and then we move on. And there may or may not be a consolation prize, so definitely stick around if you want that. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask me, feel free to pop that in chat, and I'll answer that as soon as possible. All right, so I'm going to select the next box for us. It's going to be from one of these categories. It'll either be a mystery, it'll be a German or an American, or something completely different. So let me go snoop around just for a couple quick seconds and see what I can pick out. Here we go. So we already opened I have a fun one that we can open. I'll take it from the mystery box. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. Cool. All right. Here we go. Got one. This is a fun one. It's going to resonate with a lot of people that are my generation. Here we go. Yep. Need to make sure to cut this out too. There we go. Here's the next box. All right, these are so hard to open. I can never figure these out because they have glue and they have tape. And so you kind of have to muscle them open. I don't like these. All right, I'm gonna have to just, sorry. Just gonna have to wrangle this. Oh boy. Here we go. Pull the box out. All right, here we go. Who wants to guess what it is? Is it World War I, World War II, World War something in between? And the answer is VN093. So this is from Vietnam era. Let's see what we have. Let's see what it is. I think people are gonna like this one. Look at this. It's Animal Mother from Full Metal Jacket. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's got the ammo belts. Who here has seen Full Metal Jacket? Who loves that movie, huh? So from the Tet Offensive of '68, which is where that movie took place. Vietnam during the Tet Offensive in '68. So he's got his M60 right here. He's got his ammo belts. And this is when 8-Ball goes to look around the corner and he gets shot up, and then Animal Mother he goes crazy, and he charges at the building and unloads an entire belt of ammunition into this building. So he was crazy, and then everyone else follows him, and then the big finale is they find the sniper, they kill the sniper, and the movie kind of ends right there. But they have the entire range of all of the Full Metal Jacket characters that they produce, which is something that they do with a lot of stuff. They did it with Saving Private Ryan. They did it with other famous characters, other famous movies. I think they also did it with Gallipoli. They did Gallipoli as well. Cool. So here we go. So this is Vietnam era. All right. So I think at this point we can take a little break. I have to let the ads run. I'm sorry. And then we're gonna select the winner. I'm gonna look at the chat basically. So you have to be in the chat to participate. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like or you don't have to do anything. You just have to be 18 years or older because of YouTube. And then you just basically have to be in this chat when I make the selection. It's gonna be randomly selected. I'm just gonna literally take your names. I'm gonna throw it into ChatGPT and ask it to give me a random name from the pile. That's how I'm going to do it. In future unboxings, I'm going to I'm going to use a bot or something like that. I just didn't have time to fiddle with it tonight, so we're just going to go with this, and then I'll show the results as well on camera, so to make sure that there's no hanky panky. All right, so let me go do this real quick. We have. Okay, the ads are going to run in like 28 seconds, so I'm just going to let the ads run, and then when we get back, we'll select the winner. All right, thanks, guys. I don't know if it'll just go or what, but oh, hold on. All right, I'm gonna select. So I don't know if it'll actually even run the ads right now or not, but I'm just gonna copy all of these names. Let me see if I can live chat. So guys, if you can hear me, can you type something in the chat so I can get your name? My name is Andrew. Okay, Ronald McDonald. Hey, I recognize you. You've commented on my videos before. Cool. All right. Okie dokie. Let me do this. Sorry, bear with me, guys. I am going to just real quick. Go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to type in some names. So we have Yuri is in this. Ronald McDonald is in this. I collect armament too. It's a good hobby. It is a great hobby. Yeah. We have who wants to participate? I have Yuri. I have Adam. Is Adam still here? We're going to go ahead and select a winner for our Toy Soldier giveaway. It's going to be a King and Country model. Okay. We have Christina, Nina, anybody else want to participate in the drawing? Who else do we have? Is Adam here? I saw Adam was here. John. Oh, okay, there we go. John Long. We have John. So Ronald is obviously Ronald McDonald is Andrew. Why is your name Ronald McDonald? Just curious. Is it do you like the McDonald's clown, or is it just okay. He's in the UK. That's okay. I can still ship it to you. I can ship it to you in the UK. No guarantees, but I'll definitely try. I'll go to we got a place here where we can ship international. So, and I know I have a lot of viewers from the UK, so I'm definitely gonna do my best, and you know, if you win, I'll communicate with him. He lives in England. Yeah, I'm aware of the postage, but the package is not enormous, so you know, we'll just deal with that. So we have, and then we have Adam, and we have, okay. Got an ad. Oh, I gotta pause the ad. Sorry about that. Sorry. I didn't realize. I don't know when they're actually running. I don't have any, like, it doesn't tell me when yeah, so I said I can, if you live in the UK, I can definitely ship it to you. So don't worry about that. I know the postage is a little bit more, but the package is fairly small, so You know, if you are here in this chat right now and you want to participate in the drawing, the Toy Soldier drawing, I'm gonna have to come up with a better way to do this part, because if ads jump in and interrupt what I'm saying, it's gonna be kind of hard for people to hear what I'm saying. But yeah, we'll figure something out. As long as you don't send me like a tarantula or something. All right. Okay, so I have John, Adam, Andrew. I have Yuri. Who else is participating? I can see there's 14 people on right now, I think. 14 people. So somebody doesn't want to win a Toy Soldier, it looks like. So... maybe somebody doesn't have sound on or something. I do. Oh, you have a store. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I actually I did that. You saw that comparison video that I did, the Airfix comparison video. I'm planning to do that again, but with Germans, and then I'm planning to also do one with Plastic Platoon, which somebody mentioned in the comments that would love to see a comparison between Plastic Platoon. So I have that arriving fairly soon, something from Plastic Platoon. And, oh, he knows the place. Okay, I thought you owned the store. You said because I have a store that sells them, so I thought you meant you actually own the store that sells Airfix models. That would be pretty cool. Next time in Europe, I might come visit you. All right. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, so I have 4 people right now that want to participate, and Eddie doesn't count because he's my brother. He just came here for support. There's Steve. Also loving, also cool. A paratrooper geek, awesome. Love that. All right, we have Steve also. Steve is participating. Lots of UK guys. Appreciate the UK love. Awesome. Anybody else? Last chance. If you want to be in this. If you want to be in this. Okay, let me turn on my... So first of all, do you guys want to see... So we can... There's a couple things we can do. We can do the drawing, and then we can call it a night. Or we can do the drawing, and then open a couple more boxes. And just kind of keep going for a little while longer. Would you guys want to do that? $3 a.m. Wow, that's dedication. I really appreciate the support. Draw more boxes. Okay, so Steve's down for some fun. Awesome. Steve wants to have some more fun. Okay, well, let me see if I can just see like a list. Again, I'm very sorry. This is my first time doing this. Okay, so there's a participants tab. Okay, that's just chat participants, I think. All right, or maybe that's just who's on. It says concurrent viewers 14, so I don't know if there's 14 people in here. Let's go to the chat here. Maybe this will tell me. Yeah, it says there's 14 people here in this chat, so I don't. So somebody's not responding. Somebody doesn't want to figure. Okay, all right, we'll just go with what we have here, and then if some more people respond, we'll do another consolation prize drawing. All right, so I have said, so let me do this. Which one is it going to show me? Let me just minimize this. The display camera is showing me, okay, cool. So there's my desktop. And here is the screen. So I'm going to minimize this screen, and we're going to do our drawing right now. So I've just told ChatGPT, I've put in 5 names, the 5 people that participated. And we're going to pick a winner right now. Unless somebody else wants to be part of this. I have Steve, Adam, John, Yuri, Ronald McDonald, aka Andrew. He draws like a 2-year-old. All right. Okay, well, let's pick one. Pick a name at random. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Woo! Completely random. Oh my God. Here we go. Just give me one name. Give me one of those random names. Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald wins. The AI has selected you for the prize. Now, you have the option. You have the option. Do you want British or American? British or American? Both of the prizes are in the original box. Both of the options are in the original box. They're in pretty much mint condition. And, okay, he says American. All right. And they're about the same value, at least from what I saw. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to unbox your prize now. All right. He selected American. Here we go. Making sure that, so this is your prize right here, Andrew. All right, hold on, let me maximize the screen because it was quite a technical challenge to hook up 3 different cameras for this. Okay, here we go. And you have won, drum roll, DD188. Here we go. Still has the original little pamphlet in here. That's part of this. This is one of the mintest boxes that I own. Here we go. Here's your prize. And I drop it and I break it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so this is DD188. It's pretty much in perfect condition. This is a soldier from the 1st Infantry Division from the D-Day series, King and Country. And this will be shipped to you, hopefully, without any snags. So I will you just email me the Operation Toy Box email that I have on my channel. You can go in the description, click on more when you go to my channel homepage, and you can just give me contact information, a PO box. I don't know what the equivalent is. If you're not comfortable sharing your address, that's perfectly okay. And I will mail this to you. And I will keep in touch, and I'll let you know how it's going. I'll give you a tracking number if they give me one. I know that international sometimes is a little tricky with tracking numbers, but I'll do my best to make that happen for you. But either way, just let me know when you get it. And so here it is, your little treasure. Keeping it safe for you. Do you want to know what the other option was? Would you like to know what you didn't select? Let me see. Okay, so the other option was a British paratrooper. MG090, which from a value perspective is about the same. They run at about the same price. Secondary market. I believe they're both actually, I don't know if this one is retired. I don't know if the paratrooper is retired, but this is what the alternative would have been. British paratrooper MG090, which I love. I love the British paratrooper series that King & Country makes. They're just absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best pieces, honestly. Some of the best pieces that they make are the later model. The later pieces of the sorry, I'm tongue-tied. latest pieces in the Operation Market Garden line. All right, so cool. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to get it ready for shipping. And then we'll just keep right on. Let me see here. What did I do with my other screen here? Sorry, bear with me for just a second. Okay, that's not it. Nope. Sorry again, really sorry. Live stream, here we go. There we go. Got it. Got the screen back. I apologize about that. It was a tough choice. It was a very tough choice for sure. It was a very tough choice. Okay, cool. Let's unbox another piece. What do you guys say? Sure, you can send me something if you'd like. But please don't feel obligated to, okay? You really don't have to. This is a way of me saying thanks to people that watch my content. I really don't expect anything in return from this. But you know. Cool. All right, let's open another box. So I will pick something. And I think, let me see if we can go in a completely different direction. Although, I mean, Vietnam War is pretty different already. But let me think real quick. Let me pick a box. Okay. Oh, this is one that I have never opened up anything from this line, which is now technically not true anymore. But I really, I don't know why, but I really like these. Oops. I just knocked the horse, the Del Prado horse, onto my Australians. No damage done though. No damage. Animal mother's laughing. He thinks it's hilarious. Okay, so cool. So I've never unboxed a soldier from this army as a standalone model. Okay. Let's see what we have. This arrived. Let me hide this packing slip. No need to see that. All right, here we go. Packing peanuts. Nice. They look like number 3s. All right, here we go. Without further ado, we have IF-007 Italian Forces. So Italian Forces are actually very rare. Well, very is a relative term. Sometimes they're really rare, sometimes they're not. Some of them are fairly cheap, some are not. Most of the deals that I get on eBay are either lightly damaged or auctions. I have I have a decent number of pristine pieces, but most of them I just kind of get like as deals, just because I think they're either a really good deal. And this one, yeah, so there's a little bit of damage here on the rifle butt. You can see that that's kind of bent. So, but this is not a bad place for that to happen, right? So this one was, I think, something like 20 bucks. And usually these range anywhere between, I want to say $35 to like $50, depending on the rarity of the model. Having a hard time lining this up here. But these are really, I really like, I don't know what it is, but I really like these Italian models. So again, Italy was part of the Axis powers. They participated in a lot of campaigns in Africa. There's also some African nations that were, that fought with the Italians, and as a, you know, by transitive property, were fighting for the Germans, which was kind of an interesting thing, given that the Germans had very strict policies about nationalities and whatnot. But this is the Italian models are very, I just like them as toy soldiers, you know. I think they're nice. They're just very distinctive looking. Their uniforms are very distinct, very unique. The colors, you know, they're just very interesting looking. And I think they're awesome. They're a great fit for a diorama with Germans. So cool. All right, so the next box I'll leave up to you guys. So we can go. You know, we haven't opened another German. I was kind of hoping we'd open a lot more World War II Germans. So maybe you guys will select World War II Germans. Oh, there's Joe. Between K&C, John Jenkins, First Legion, let's say I have around 500 pieces. Wow. 500 pieces. My collection is not that large. I'm a little jealous of you, Joe. 500 pieces. What is your collection mostly consist of? And break it down if you don't mind, between John Jenkins. I know John Jenkins doesn't do a lot of World War II stuff, right? Because when I was looking, because my interest is mostly with World War II, and so most of the pieces that I get are World War II pieces. But I'm really curious to hear what the composition of your collection is. What era you prefer? I just went on the First Legion website actually yesterday because I'm collecting some data and doing some research for my next piece of content, which is going to be kind of a news thing so I'm going to basically be looking for new releases and hot deals and big sales that some of the bigger companies are doing, like John Jenkins, King and Country, Thomas Gunn. The Thomas Gunn owner emailed me back. I actually emailed him asking for a reliable source for release dates on some of their models and stuff. And he actually emailed me back and he said he's going to put me on the newsletter list. So that's awesome. I want to try to keep the conversation going with those companies because ultimately I'd like to have a tighter relationship with them because I think I can help drive some traffic to their websites. I think that would be pretty interesting. Plus, it'd be cool to just let people know if there's any great releases happening and big sales going on. Like First Legion is doing a sale right now. I'm sure you guys that collect know about it. Because of the tariff increases, they're kind of waiting for things to settle down, but they've reduced the prices on a lot of their sets by a significant amount. I forget the percentage. I don't want to guess. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but they're doing a big sale on their pieces. You can just go right on their website. On their front page is a little disclaimer about that. And King and Country just dropped a big. King and Country just dropped a big. I think the ads got going again. Yeah. No, don't get any. Yeah, I get most of the stuff that I get. I hunt what's available, and some of the more exotic pieces are like the Italians, right? And some of the World War II series are a little bit exotic as far as availability. So I get whatever is available on eBay. If they had South American soldiers, I would definitely, or any other, like some of the African pieces. Actually, I was looking into getting some of those as part of like the Africa Core. The Africa Core collection that I'm building. I would like to get some more of those African guys, and I forget what they are. It's escaping me now. I'm terrible with like public tests, so my brain just kind of shuts down a little bit. But all right, let's open another box. What do you guys think? Let's go with. Let's do Germans again, huh? What do you guys think? Should we do Germans? World War II Germans? There's a couple pieces that I'm really excited to see, and I've been kind of like holding off, and waiting for this night to open them. So, all right, let's pick another World War II German. And something that's really kind of frustrating about this is the chat is not very reliable. Trying to get consistent chat updates. There's that delay makes it kind of hard. All right. All right, this one here I've been excited about. Let me peel the label off, and then I can show you guys. This is one of the older ones. Came in a big box. Okay. All right. Let's see. Germans. It's the Germans. Who here has watched the movie Snitch with Brad Pitt when he plays the gypsy? There's a part where Jason Statham always goes, and I imagine the Germans gets he makes fun of like the Germans. I don't know why. Is that like a running gag in the UK? Like the Germans are coming? Probably rooted in some deep psychological trauma that I probably shouldn't be making fun of because of the London bombings and whatnot, and the horrific World War II stuff that happened. Sorry, I moved the camera. But I'm just wondering if that's like a cultural joke in the UK, like about the Germans coming. I know the Germans have that same thing with the Russians are coming. They have that, you know, and they make fun of that all the time. The Russians are coming. All right, so this is a World War II German set. This is WS060. Snatch. Yeah, not Snitch. What am I thinking? I'm usually really good with movies. All right, so WS060. Big, hefty box. The box is in excellent condition, which is always a wonderful surprise. You never know with boxes. Sometimes they don't. You know, a lot of times people don't take care of the boxes. They take care of the models, but they don't take care of the boxes. Here we go. Wow. Are these guys mint? They might be like mint in box, huh? What do you guys think? They have like the little paper, the little crinkly little paper. This I got again for a steal. I don't remember the exact price, but it was very affordable. And I'm not sure why. A lot of times what you get with eBay, people that don't understand collectibles. Death to Smoochie. Yeah, it looks brand new. It does look brand new. And I'm surprised because I got this for less than $100. And this is one of the older original, like one of the older sets. It's a WS17, 60. It's below 100. The number usually like what you get when you dip below 100, they start to get rarer and rarer there because they're retired first of all, and then if they're sold out on secondary markets and people aren't selling them, then they're really hard to get. Look at this. This is pristine. There's not a scratch on this guy. I have to be really careful with these. If they're mint, I want to keep them mint, right? If they're not, if they're kind of beat up, then I don't mind using them for videos and stuff like that. Here's this guy's reloading the... So this here is called a Panzerschreck. It's an anti-tank weapon, and it was used by Panzer Grenadiers. It's extremely effective at knocking out tanks. I don't know any of the technical specs of, you know, velocity and how strong these rockets were, but they were very good at knocking out tanks. Cool. So this guy's like the loader. He's got another case down here. He's got another rocket in there, ready to load it up. And this must be the NCO because he's got the MP40. NCOs were traditionally issued submachine guns in the German army. What's interesting about the German army in World War II, everything, infantry doctrine was centered around the machine gun. Everything revolved around the machine gun. So whereas in American units, you centered the machine gun to support advancing infantry, whereas with Germans, the infantry supports the machine gun. And so they usually had, towards the end of the war, they had more and more automatic weapons as the war became more critical and manpower was more scarce. Yeah, this is like mint. I mean, this little shovel is bent a little bit, but there's no cracking on the paint. There's no scuffs. There's no wearing. There's nothing. These are like in really, really, really good shape. This is fantastic. I have this model as a partial that I got, and I always wondered what set this is a part of, and I looked it up. Eventually, I figured it out, but Yeah, it's part of the WS060 set. What would be actually really interesting is to piece out an entire set, one piece at a time. I bet you can make that a much more affordable way to complete sets. If you can, and again, eBay, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I mean, I'm part of the affiliate program, but you know, I'm not selling for them directly. But you can really find awesome deals on there. I've shopped around at other places, but nothing beats, because you can find, like, my rule of thumb is if you can get something at less than $20 per figure, that is a steal, because you really can't get a lot of pieces like that. Most pieces run, depending on rarity, they can go upwards of $40 to $50 to $60 a model. But when you piece them out, sometimes you can land below 20. I've gotten pieces for $15. I've gotten pieces for less than $15, and they were not like that bad of shape. A couple of scratches here and there, but totally worth it. Yeah, you think this is Italian para camo pants? Yeah, the Germans, the SS was actually one of the first ones to use like complex camouflage patterns, which I thought was really interesting. So that's why you see a lot of these. They have like that P dot pattern. I don't know if one of these, yeah, this guy here has it. The helmet here has that P dot pattern, and the pants too. But they had a very eclectic collection of different types of camouflage. They started out with the field gray, right? They started out with like this kind of color scheme here with the green, this like field green, gray jacket, the gray pants. And then they eventually moved towards more camouflage. And then by the end of the war, they were in full camouflage. You know, I don't know why they didn't start doing that right from the get-go. Maybe they learned as time went on. Maybe they learned about how important camouflage actually is. Cool. Yeah, so that's cool. So you identify that, you think that's the Italian paratrooper camo pants. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen this style. I'm not sure if I've seen this style of camouflage before on any of these German pieces. I guess this one is somewhat similar, but this is German. I'm fairly comfortable in saying that this is a German camouflage pattern. All right. Awesome. Cool. So we got our Africa Corps guys with the guard gate, the guard house. We have our DD Americans here. We have the first German set that we opened up. We have a BBA figure here from the Battle of the Bulge. Our Italian standing guard right there. We have our New Zealand men here ready to advance. We have our World War I German from the 13th Bavarian. And then we have some Panzer Grenadiers, or SS Panzer Grenadiers over there. And then we have our Animal Mother from Vietnam War era. And then we have our Del Prado Horsemen from the French Imperial Guard. Anybody here play Napoleon Total War or any of the Total War series? That's some of my favorite real-time strategy games are the Total War series games. Those are really, really cool. And those you can actually they have this unit, this chasseurs unit, and they were very effective. Army Men by 3DO. Yeah, I had that for my PlayStation, Army Men. I remember that. The very first like Army Men that they released for PlayStation 1, I had that. That was an awesome, amazingly fun game. I think I beat it. It was a lot of fun. But most of the games that I play are strategy games. Civilization, any of the Total War series games. I play a lot of those. StarCraft, I played a lot of StarCraft too. All right, let's get one more box. Let's see, I think it's time for another World War I box. What do you guys think? Let's see what we got, because World War I's kind of a hodgepodge, a different mix of different stuff here. Let's see. All right, let's do a big one, a big World War I box. This one here I got at a deal. By the way, if you guys are looking for models, if you are actively building any collections, K&C Soldiers, who is an independent dealer of toy soldiers. I'm sure you guys, Sagans or Sagers, I always forget that, but they are running right now. Again, I'm not affiliated with these guys, but I've bought a lot of stuff from them. They're doing a special where they do free shipping on purchases of over $100. So if you get a couple of sets, you get free shipping, which is unheard of. Not even King & Country does that. Actually, they do. King & Country offers free shipping on $250 purchases. So I'm just trying to get this label off here. Ugh, goodness. But and then they also have a lot of their inventory is not super accurate, unfortunately, Sagers, because I've ordered stuff from them before and I've gotten an email saying, hey, I actually don't have this in stock. But most of the times they have what you need. All right, big box. Let me see. Can we even see this? This is taking up the entire screen. Holy moly! All right, I'm gonna have to redeploy these men back here to go to a safer distance because we require some additional space, and I don't want to crush any of them. So, just gonna move these back a little bit. And then when we close this out, I'll pan the camera over all of them, and we'll get another look at them again. All right, let's cut into this bad boy here. So I think there may be 2 or 3 models in here. So this is a nice big one. I like it when they're lumped together like this. Here we go. Okay, decent wrapping job. I like it. Lots of insulation. This is good. This is very good. Paper, you know, you can't beat paper. Wadded up paper does a great job. Okay, there's 2 in here. Let's see, what else? There's more stuff in here. Okay, a big box. I guess I can show it on this camera too. Big green box, and I think that's everything. Okay, that's it. 2 small boxes, 1 big green box. So the green boxes are part of some of the older sets, some of the older lines run in this green box here, and I have quite a few of them up on my wall here. Something that I like let's start with the small ones, and we'll work our way up to the big one. Some of the nice thing that I like about some of the later, this is an example here. This is one of the later, the British paratrooper that we looked at earlier. They have a picture of the model right on the box. Please, if anybody here holds sway with King & Country, ask them to do that with all of them, with every single one going forward, because that's awesome. And maybe they do. Maybe they're doing that now. I don't know. I don't always see brand new sets, you know. So maybe all the new sets now do this. Okay, so here we have FW009 and FW010. I think these are Germans. I think the earlier runs are Germans. The lower numbers. I could be wrong. Let's see if I'm wrong. Nope, I was right. Here we go. Another marching soldier from the Bavarian Regiment, the Bavarian Infantry Regiment. Here we go. Tin soldiers, yeah. So Yuri here says that he played with tin soldiers until he was 24. But now I just collect for, yeah. My collection 300. He has 325 items. Wow, you're 74 years old. My goodness. Good for you. Good for you. Here we go. Our marching German. This is nice. I really like these. The very stereotypical, like, stereotypical kind of like soldier, marching soldier, guard position soldiers. I really like those. You know, they evoke a good bit of nostalgia. All right, so that's that one. And our next German has to be a German, right? Oop. Here we go. And here we go. Speak of the devil. A German standing guard. To fix the bayonet. There's a little bit of a bend in there. Got to be careful. The bayonets are tricky. Bayonets are very tricky with these. You have to be very careful not to break them. They get snagged on stuff all the time. And this guy here has got the famous mustache of He Who Shall Not Be Named. 1914. So this is early, right? So this makes sense. I think towards the end of the war, they modernized the uniforms a little bit. If you guys have seen, again, I'm bringing up the movie All Quiet on the Western Front, the new one that was released recently on Netflix, that was actually directed by Germans, actually, a team of Germans, people from Britain and Americans, all banded together, and they did a fantastic job with this movie. And you can see their uniforms. The German soldiers in that movie had slightly different uniforms. Okay, time for the big box. Let me make sure that this is in view. Here we go. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's open it. Nice. The older boxes have like just extra padding here, so this upper pad is always thicker. Oh, these are Germans. Oh yeah, I remember this set. Yeah, this set is with the guy with the arm that fell off. Actually, both of his arms fell off. Yeah, and it looks like it's... so this guy's going to need some serious medical attention. He's very upset about this. You can tell by his facial expression. But luckily, he's made of metal, and we can put him back together. So, I had somebody mention to me that I shouldn't be using epoxy for gluing pieces back together. Because epoxy apparently degrades over time, and then it becomes kind of visible. The degradation becomes very visible. He recommended a particular cement, which escapes me currently. A particular brand of cement. If you guys know it, please mention it. Another pickle. I'm assuming the pickle is the... You're referring to the helmet? The pickle haube helmet? All right, so I got to fix this dude's arm because, you know, unless he goes like that, which I don't think he wants to do. I think he wants to probably grip his rifle, but I don't know at what angle. So I'm going to have to figure out the angle of how he's actually holding this rifle and whether it's underneath this sling here. All right, so he's going to need some medical attention. Okay, I think it's like this, actually. I think it's like this. I'll have to look at the picture of the model, and then I'll figure it out for sure. But yeah, so here we go. I think the rest of the figures hopefully are in decent shape. Okay, a little bit of paint chipping here, not bad. So this, what set is this? This is WS27. I don't know. Oh, I guess because it was from the same seller, so they were in the same box. All right, so a little bit of paint chipping here, a little bit of paint chipping here, but I remember this was a steal. I got this for, I'm gonna lie, I don't remember the exact price, but I remember seeing this and seeing the set number, which was a very low set number, and so I snagged it because it's just too good of a steal. And I can always touch up the paint. You know, I can use a little bit of paint. If anybody here does has you know, done this before, touched up soldiers, then I take recommendations about how to actually go in and obviously try to match the color as best as possible. But yeah, you can tell that by the sculpt, right? This is a very similar type of sculpt. You see it with the earlier paratrooper sets as well. This kind of face here, not quite perfectly proportioned. This is when they were still kind of figuring things out. Here's the NCO or officer. The MP40 barrel is bent, so this was not maintained very well. This wasn't protected very well, unfortunately. But aside from the barrel being bent and wrapped around his shoulder, most of this is okay. There's a couple of small paint chips. But really, in generally, okay, nothing catastrophic, right? Nothing that can't be really fixed with some nice glue. And then we have the machine gunner. So he looks like he's in decent shape. The machine gun is slightly bent, which can be fixed. He's carrying an ammo bag, an ammo box. He's got a sidearm because he's a machine gunner, right? So defend yourself at close range. That makes sense. Again, that same kind of like, I call it toy soldier face. He's got a case of Toy Soldier face. It's very stereotypical Toy Soldier, old school Toy Soldier. Cool. So these guys are SS soldiers. A mix of camouflage. Very interesting. We got our machine gunner. We got our NCO, potentially officer. He's got a map, so he's following orders on something. And this guy has... I think this is portraying a late war German army because of this camouflage pattern here. That's, I think, towards late war. And then he's also using a Gewehr 43, which was, I believe, a semi-automatic infantry rifle, which sort of started to replace the K98 carbine, the standard infantry rifle at the time for the Germans. And then they had, in greater quantities, they had Sturmgewehr 44, MP40s, especially assault units and close quarters units that participate in close quarters combat, had a larger proportion of submachine guns than field infantry. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go back to the board here. So we are at... So Ronald McDonald, aka Andrew, had a question about why some glues don't work on certain plastics, and I'm assuming the reasons are probably chemical. Just like you can't glue certain ceramics, you can't glue... let me pause the ads. This keeps getting away from me. I'm sorry, guys. I try to pause them as best I can. Yeah, so Adam says he's always doing touch-ups for eBay purchases. Yeah, he uses GW. Is that Games Workshop? You're talking about Games Workshop paints, right? An Army Painter. What about Vallejo colors? I see those are very popular. I see those are... who... is it... Viola, the guy that that does like these ridiculous, crazy paint jobs on the models. He has a YouTube channel, James Viola Official or something. Anybody remember the full? Again, I for some reason my brain just goes completely blank. If I go to my channel real quick. James Viola, yeah, James Viola Official. He does, a lot of really nice paint jobs. Games Workshop is British, I think, isn't it? The Games Workshop is a British. They did the Warhammer series, Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Fantasy Warhammer, and all the other Warhammer products. I was big into that when I was in high school. I was really into Warhammer 40K. And I believe in my, I don't know if I showed that. The second part of my documentary, I show some of my older Games Workshop models. I have some tanks and some infantry that I still have. I still have my Imperial Guard army. I still have my my Space Marine army, and I have a couple of vehicles still. They make some really nice stuff. It's a really fun game, but it's very time consuming. I just don't have the time to paint a lot these days. I have a lot of kids, so there's not a whole lot of painting time. But yeah, I guess now with the YouTube stuff, I probably could make some more time for that, for sure. All right, let's open. I say we open up maybe 1 and 2 more boxes, and then we'll call it a night, guys. What do you think? Have you guys had fun so far? Has this been good for you guys? I love unboxing. I love unboxing soldiers, so I'm glad that somebody enjoys it. Okay, yeah. Adam says the Games Workshop paints usually spot on matches. Yeah. Yeah, I remember using Games Workshop paints. I have a whole bunch of them still And surprisingly, some of them still, after 15 years, I shake them up and I can still use them. I touched up some models. Actually, I'll show you guys a couple of the guys I've repaired. And you guys tell me how I did. Some of them are not fantastic, but some of them I did a pretty decent job with. Let me see if I can find. Well, this one here is, yeah, I remember now. The Sergeant. Yeah, I'll show them on the camera. So these guys look a little rough, but when I tell you how bad, so this gun was completely broken off here. It's a BAR. It was completely snapped, and you can tell it's a little bulgy in here because I used epoxy. I didn't know what else to use. And this model I got super, super cheap, you know, just because the barrel was broken. It was like under $20. So I bought it and I fixed it up, and it works great. I mean, it's great for displaying and for my stop motion stuff. This thing is perfect. And then this guy, which was horrendously broken, this one was tough, and I tried to match the paint and stuff for the gun, which the paint on the gun came out pretty good, I think. Now this guy, this paratrooper, the whole barrel here was completely snapped off. You can see it's still a little bit bent, but part of that is just the nature of this metal was kind of warped in a weird way. And I didn't feel comfortable like squeezing it with grips or anything like that. I just didn't want to do that. So I ended up gluing it, first using super glue to hold it in place. Then I put on a little bit of epoxy, and then I tried to match the paints, and I used the Games Workshop paints that I still had. I had like a lighter brown. I mixed in a little bit of black, and then I tried to match the barrel here with the rest of the with the rest of this Tommy here, and it came out okay. And the arm was completely this piece, the hand was completely out. This hand comes out of the socket here, so I glued that in place. Yeah, so it came out okay, you know, and you can find good deals like this, you know, if you don't mind, if you just want to display them, and you're not super concerned with how mint they are, then you can get a couple of bargains, you know, that way. Okay, let me grab another box. What should we do? What should we do? I think this one here is on the rarer side. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is a World War I model. All right, let's pop this open. Here we go. I don't find a lot of there we go, Russians. A lot of Russian World War I. Most of the Russians that they have, like World War I Russians, are I have this model already, but I don't think I've ever unboxed it. All right, let's take this. So this is FW206. So this is a later run. And here we go. So this is a Russian Guard. Oh. Okay. It's got the little crinkly paper, which I like. That's nice. Okay. So this might be completely new. This might be completely mint in box. This was another steal. So what I was saying earlier, I want to finish my thought. The way you find deals sometimes is you see people selling pieces that don't understand the collecting hobby and don't understand the value of some of them. So you can really find some good well-priced, below market priced items on eBay, just because people don't know the value of some of these things. So I don't remember exactly when I got this for. Some of these boxes have been sitting here for over 3 weeks, so I don't remember. I'd have to dig in to find out what they cost. But I always try to find the cheapest possible way to get them, auctions or find deals. So this is a Russian Guard. And most of the Russians I find from World War I are these kind of like parade style, you know, guards and like parade uniforms. You know, they're not really like combat dynamic poses. I'm wondering if there ever was a run that King & Country did of like actual fighting infantry, or just like marching kind of, you know, parade infantry. Very curious about that. And I know World War II Russians are very hard to find, very, very hard to find, and they're very expensive. And I don't think they've added any new sets for a while now, at least not that I know. I don't know how. I think most of them were done earlier in the decade. But yeah, these I think these models are fantastic. The parade models are great. They're great for just displaying or, yeah. I don't, but I've got my eye. Andrew or Ronald McDonald asked if I had any Japanese soldiers, and I don't currently. And there's a reason why I'm not buying Japanese soldiers yet, because I don't have a very large like Marine collection, World War II Marine collection. I only have a handful. And they were actually some of the first King and Country models that I bought. But I'd like to build them up in lockstep. Just because for stop motion stuff, I want to be able to have both sides so that I can do stop motion stuff. That's why I started building up World War I stuff. I really want to do trench warfare. I want to do some stop motion trench warfare. I think that would be really fun to do. But yeah. All right, let me grab one more box, and I think we'll probably call it at that point. We'll do one more box. I think this has been a lot of fun, so thanks for joining me. So let me get one more. And let's end the night on, let's see. Let's go over here. Oh. Yes. We'll do this. Since we're kind of on this World War I kick, and this is going to be the first of its kind that I'm going to open up here. So it's a World War I set, and you guys have probably already seen the model number. The way that I kind of identify what I'm unboxing, originally I used to just grab the boxes and, open it up, and it's the first time that I've seen what's actually in there. But then I started actually being a little bit smarter about it and identifying what's in the box so that I can group them. I still don't open them, but at least I know kind of like how to group them. Okay, interesting wrapping job here. So we have like a little trash bag. Okay, and we have some tissue paper. It smells like old house. You know that smell that like it hasn't been ventilated. It's got like a musty smell to it. It's like basement, a little bit like basement. The box smells like basement too. Interesting. All right, so this is GA004. I've never opened the Gallipoli piece before. So this is Gallipoli, World War I Gallipoli Anzacs. And I'm planning to do a major Gallipoli unbox as one of my unboxings. So here we go. I mean, the box looks like it's in good shape, except that it smells like an old basement. But other than that, we're pretty good here. Okay. How about the foam? The foam smells nice. The foam smells like new car. So that's good. All right. I'm going to pull this guy out without snagging the bayonet on anything. Ooh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Is our first guy. A little bit of wear over here on this rifle. So we're going to try to bend this back a little bit. But here we go. Man's got a nice mustache here, you can tell. It smells like an old basement. That's right where I belong. Dusty attic smell. Yeah, dusty attic smell. Has a little bit of that, some notes of musk, some musky notes of basement and or attic. Cool. All right, so here's a Gallipoli charging. Once I saw the Gallipoli models that King & Country made, I immediately went to watch the movie Gallipoli. Absolutely had to watch this movie again. I've seen it a million times. But just to, it really, like when you play video games, a particular video game, you want to be surrounded by that by that stuff. Like when you play strategy games, you want to watch, like when you play like a World War II strategy game, you want to watch World War II movies because you're in that mode. Your brain is thinking in those terms. Here's another man charging here. So the Gallipoli campaign was against the Turks. And all I know about that is that the Australians and the New Zealanders there had a really, really bad time, to put it very mildly. But what came out of that, I don't know if the campaign ended in defeat. I really don't know. I don't remember. I think they just sort of withdrew after some time. I think they just said, this isn't worth it. We're not going to do this anymore. I think is what ultimately might have happened. But a lot of unnecessary waste of human life. You know, it was unfortunate. And if you've seen the movie, you know they do a really good job at sort of depicting the unnecessary death of these young men. But out of that came Anzac Day, I believe. It's widely celebrated in that part of the world, and remembered as a very heroic campaign. Even though I don't think that it ended in victory, but they still celebrate the sacrifice of the men that fought and died in Gallipoli, which I think is important to do. Okay, well. So let's review real quick what we've unboxed here. So we have our Gallipoli men, our Anzacs. We have the Germans. I'll bring the camera down, and then we'll get a closer look at. So hopefully, this is okay. I think I did okay. With the delay, it's kind of hard to tell. All right. So here's our Gallipoli guys. We'll do all the World War I figures. We have our Russian Guard. Right there. Then we have our pickles with the Pickelhaube, the German that's reloading. Okay. Then we have our Italian Guard, who is probably friends with this guy. We'll call him Giuseppe and Franco. Anzac biscuits, delicious. They sell them 1 month of the year in the UK. Oh, that sounds cool. What month? Is it June or April or something? I forget what month they celebrate Anzac Day on. Was it good night. Thanks for joining us, Andrew. All right, then we have our Germans from World War II. Let's set these guys aside. Here's the man with no arms that needs to be repaired. Then we have our American from the Battle of the Bulge. We have our Del Prado horseman, who can be in the back here because he's on horseback. And then we have more Germans right here. The other set, WS060, I believe, is this set. So he's reloading for his friend here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's back up a little bit. Might make it a little easier to see more of them. And then we have our Australians. And then we have the first German set that we unboxed. We have our Africa Corps guard gate with the guard and the guard box. And then we have Animal Mother. Oh, and let's not forget our 1st Infantry Division guys. And congratulations to Ronald, who won the American soldier, the American 1st Infantry Division infantryman. So again, just please email me. I don't know if he's still here. I'm not sure if he's still here, but please email me your details so that I can mail that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you have the email. If you can't, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to contact me, but just email me and I'll and then we'll arrange and we'll figure out how to get this over to you. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very, very much for joining me on my very first video stream. I'm planning to do this monthly. So next month there will be more unboxings, and we'll have another winner. We'll have another giveaway. And on Christmas time, I'm planning to do a bigger giveaway. So stay tuned for that. I'll leave details on my channel, so you guys can keep up, you know, be informed about that. And then you're welcome. And then we'll so keep an eye out for updates. I'll be releasing that new news videos, which will include major releases from companies like King & Country, Thomas Gunn, First Legion potentially, and any other major toy soldier makers. Bye, Adam. And also, I'm going to highlight deals on eBay that you can take advantage of, any special sales going on Amazon for those of you that collect other toy soldiers. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And I'm also going to do I'm going to highlight other content creators, because I think there's a lot of small channels out there that could really use an extra bump and really use some extra exposure. So I'm going to highlight some of the cool stuff that they're up to. So that way you guys can sort of get the full kind of like a one-stop shop news network type thing. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.